Welcome back to Court TV Live. Our focus today is in Glynn County, Georgia, where the state of Georgia continues to lay out its case against the three men accused of killing Ahmaud Arbery. Michelle Thomas is with us. She's in Silver Springs, Maryland. And Rachel Fiset is joining our conversation in Los Angeles. Good morning to you, Rachel. This could go both ways. It is very telling, this idea that in the way they're speaking about looking for this black boy and talking, it is, how does this cut in your mind, this body camera video with law enforcement leading sort of this neighborhood search for the mysterious person caught on Larry English's video?
It could cut both ways, but I think that they're setting up some kind of search party for over what appears to be a very small deal. And so it's empowering in some way to the McMichaels in that they could carry out some sort of law enforcement later on. The fact that this was happening seems to be in and of itself quite unbelievable in a way, that they set up a search for. It's like nobody had anything to do, but the defense will definitely use that fact as an empowering moment to the McMichaels when they came back later.
Michelle, was Travis deputized in a sense for this search for this mysterious individual? And how do you think the defense is going to use this witness specifically coming up in cross? We should mention they're on a break in Glynn County, Georgia. As soon as they're back, we'll get you back in the courtroom. Your thoughts, Michelle?
Sure. I wouldn't go so far as to say he was deputized, but certainly the defense will try to use the video to show that there was some sort of authority or implied authority to the McMichaels, or at least the father, to sort of authorize his involvement in this situation. Now, again, this does not go to the actual killing and what occurred on that occasion. However, the video the defense will try to use to show this is why the McMichaels were involved. Law enforcement involved them, solicited their assistance and involvement, and so therefore they were quote unquote justified in their thoughts and actions on the night of the killing. I think conversely, though, the language, the racially insensitive language that was utilized in the video, referring to the two quote unquote blacks, I guess, in the neighborhood, speaking about them as this other members of the community that didn't necessarily belong there. I think that can also go to the mentality and the intent and the motive of the McMichaels when the killing did occur. So I think it can certainly go both ways to your original point.
Earlier, and you know, this case is just, let's face it, racially charged. Kevin Goff yesterday approached the judge at the end of the day and said that he had some concerns that Reverend Al Sharpton was in the courtroom. We've talked about this earlier, Michelle, but Rachel, I'd like to get your thoughts on that we just listened to.
Yeah, this defense team can't really get around the racial issues, and they are having a hard time presenting them in a, I would say, racially unbiased way as well. That was completely inappropriate. He is also suggesting there's literally no black pastors in Glynn County. So I'm in agreement with what the judge did. I don't know, as you think about it, if Reverend Al Sharpton or anybody else is actually going to help the case here by sitting there. That's a question, and that is a jury composition issue and what the jury is possibly thinking. So I don't know from the prosecution side if it is actually helpful, but if they think it's helpful, or if Reverend Al Sharpton wants to come sit in the courtroom, yes, he should be allowed to.